This was on purpose, by the way. It's just an idea I have for this review. Alright, there's no point. Let's just get right down to it. Jeepers Creepers 3 is an abomination, man. This movie is terrible on all levels. Everything I can think about it is awful. The story's awful. The characters are awful. I can't remember any of their names. The special effects, oh my god. These special effects are horrendous. Like, I'm sure you could find better stock footage on like Google or something than what they got in this piece of shit movie. It is terrible. It is worse looking than Sharknado, and Sharknado is supposed to look bad. All right, well, let's just start from the beginning. This movie takes place the same night as the first one, like the exact same night, and it ends right before the start of the second one, actually. Like, this is an exact definition of an in-between movie. This whole movie takes place in between the first and the second one. The second one, I think, takes place a couple of days or so after the first one, so it's just like right along with it. And this whole middle movie doesn't make any sense. This movie is pointless. It does nothing. They try to throw a few things in there, like two people find out like what the creature is and how to beat it, because they have like his original hand or whatever, and if they grab it, it hovers them in the air, like it holds them up and shit. And apparently they go to some place that explains what it is and how to beat it. Do they show what this place is at all? It's like, nope, they don't show a damn thing. So it's absolutely pointless. And the first person to do this is this old lady, and then she survives it somehow. And then this other cop who's part of like this like elite task force that's been like hunting this thing or whatever. He does it like right in front of her, and you know what? She could have told him exactly what was going to happen, where he was going and how to beat it, so he didn't have to do it. She doesn't fucking do it. He still does it. She's like, I know where you're going. Trust me, you'll come back. And then he grabs the hand or whatever. It's like, why didn't you just tell him what was going to happen? Are you sworn to secrecy? Is it too bad or something? All the characters in this movie are unbelievable. You don't believe anything they say or what they do, or it's so goofy and slapstick that it is a terrible movie. There is no reason to watch it. I'm not saying it's bad, so you go watch it. It's just so bad that you can just skip this whole movie. And it does kind of set up for the fourth one, which I don't know if you're even going to do. Which doesn't make any sense, because like, why would an in-between movie set up for a fourth one when there's another movie that comes after this? Like, this hits none of the spots that the first movie does. Like, I was laughing for most of this movie. And I genuinely do not like the first one for other reasons. The second one's just stupid. But this one is like, I was laughing at it. Every time you see the creature or whatever the hell you want to call it, it's a joke. He's wearing like a bright red like sweater, and he just stands out in the crowd. They do a lot more with his meat truck or whatever the hell it was from the first one, but it has like a lot more booby traps inside too, you know, just in case people are still alive, and people are still alive in this one, like I get inside it or whatever, because he doesn't care for some reason, because he's worried about getting his hand back. It is like, there's nothing good to say about this movie. There is one returning character from the first one, like Sergeant Tubbs at the police station at the end or whatever. Like, that's his name, Sergeant Tubbs. He's in this one and doesn't really do much. The runtime is like an hour and 40 minutes with credits. So without credits, it's probably like an hour and like 36 minutes. They rush through everything in this movie. Nothing they do in this movie has any purpose for the series or whatever, except that kind of sets it up at the end, because they show Trisha from the first one. She's talking about like, in 23 years or whatever, it's almost time, because the end takes place 23 years after the end of the second one. and she's there like sitting at her computer making a video talking about like, oh hey, come get me, motherfucker, like you killed my brother, and all this other BS. It's this is just terrible. Let's talk about the special effects. All right. Oh my God. Like whenever people shoot guns or whatever, like if it hits something or ricochets off of something, it's like a little. You can tell it's like a fake spark, or whatever. It is so bad looking, and there's a ton of green screen in this movie. Like when they're driving, like when you see people like sitting driving in their vehicles or whatever, you can tell it is fake as shit. It is terrible, and we live in like the ripe age of special effects. So I don't know if they just like split their budget between this and the next one, or they just didn't have enough for this movie. But like there's this one scene where this kid's riding this dirt bike while he's trying to like flag down help. He's like running through this these hills or these grassy hills or whatever. He's like waving it down when you see it. He's doing. You can tell like his bike is just sitting in front of a green screen, and he's doing this. Let's see what else. Like the creature's wings or whatever are disgustingly bad in this, man. Like, everything is bad. Like his makeup and everything, or his costume, whatever. It looks bad, and not in a good way. This movie's just outright travesty. Like Sergeant Tubbs and this black guy. Don't want to be racist or anything, but he's a black guy who's apparently met this creature before, and now he's up against it again. And he's like, this sergeant's like he's like leaning outside the window, shooting at the truck, which apparently the entire truck is bulletproof. Even the wheels, because he tries shooting at the wheels and it bounces off and like almost hits him, like it hits the glass or whatever. And he's still outside trying to shoot, like it almost hits him every single time, and it is so bad. The shots are so bad. I don't know why. I could probably do a better job. And apparently the truck, this meat truck or whatever it is, man, it drops mines. I'm not even bullshitting. You can watch this like on YouTube. Like it drops these like mines, but they're like heat-seeking mines. Like they dodge one. It's like a little ball where it like rolls back, starts chasing them, and then blows up. And holy shit, the explosion is so bad. I know I keep saying bad, like, it is bad, man. Like, you don't believe anything that they show you in this movie. Nothing is... Like, I wasn't expecting much, but I was expecting more than this. Like I said, I can't remember any of the characters' names, because most of them are expendable, except for Sergeant Tubbs. And I guess he joins this like elite task force in the end. Don't watch it. It comes on DVD like December 26th or something like that. Don't watch it. It serves nothing to further the series, except at the end, like the woman who like who grabbed the hand or whatever. She like lays it on this hill with a sign that says like, "We know what you are." And she like nailed the hand, like put like a big ass nail through the hand, and like the creature's like all after this whole entire movie. So when he finally finds it, like he sees what it says, and like he like falls on his knees and like slow motion does like like, it is hilarious, man. Like, and everything he does, like the way he walks and stuff, is funny. Like I thought this was a comedy, like a spoof or something. It's not even close to as menacing as it was in the first one. You see him a lot more like in daylight and stuff, and he gets hit by this semi because he's chasing after this girl in the end. And like you can tell he doesn't even get hit by the semi, and he's just flown back again. A green screen, all right? I don't know why it was so bad. I want to find out. I want to watch a special feature or something, but it's bad. I almost want people to watch it just because it's so bad, but like there's really no point, man. And at the end of this, like this boy who was like trying to save this girl or whatever, like he's useless too, but like he gets on the bus that's in the second one. Like they're singing the whole fight song and everything too. He's like wearing the jacket and everything, but you do not see him at all in the second movie. Like, of all the kids in the bus, you do not see him at all. But it is the same bus, the same number, and everything, man. They even make a little point to play the music and shit, like ominous music. Oh man, you remember this, don't you? It doesn't work. This whole movie does not work. Like I said, terrible writing, terrible dialogue. All these characters are from like a bad sci-fi movie. And it was shown on the Sci-Fi Channel too, so that explains a lot actually. But it's just bad, 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 bad. If I had to put in the order of it, it goes the first one, the second one, and then the third one. If you just like erase the last two, just stick with the first one, you'd be alright. I give it a solid 1 out of 10. Just for one scene that was cool, even though the special effect during it was just bad. Like, it was terrible, awful, disgusting, bad, or whatever. And if anyone wants to, I'll explain it or whatever, but it takes a little longer to explain. But there's this, towards the end too, let's wrap this up, there's this one slow motion scene, like where like this creature's running at this, the black dude or whatever in this truck, he's in a truck with like this big ass Gatling gun or whatever, he's like running at him in this field, the creature, he like jumps up in slow motion. It's like the longest slow motion scene you've ever seen in your life, man. It is hilarious. And he's like shooting at him, he's like jumping at him and shit. Watch it on YouTube, man. You hear people laughing in the theaters. And it was just so long. I swear it had to have been like a full minute and a half or something, man. It is hilarious. But yeah, a 1 out of 10. Bad. Remember, this was on purpose.